How do you, and again, I'm not talking about boxers in general, I just want to know how Keith Thurman balances that, you know, ability to entertain the crowd, but then still do what you have to do inside of the ring. Because sometimes you, like, I know you're always looking for the knockout, but at the same time, you can't just go in there winging punches. You have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
So that means fighting a smart fight. And sometimes a smart fight might not be an appealing fight to fans because they want you to just go in there and start winging it. So is that difficult to balance the two?
No, I figure out how to balance it within the fight, right? If it looks like I'm going to be able to do my damage, then I stay looking each round. It's another thing. We fight round by round. 3 minutes after 3 minutes after 3 minutes, you know. And all I'm doing is looking for a window, a moment, an opportunity within that 3 minutes to capitalize and deal damage, you know. We believe that Shawn Porter is there to get hit. Due to that, there should not be any problem doing the damage and stopping the fight short of 12 rounds.
So, you know, having said that, I mean, you've primarily been known as a big knockout artist. I know you're gunning for the KO in this fight, like you talked about earlier, but, you know, at the same time, fans will criticize you if you don't get a knockout.
Depends on the overall performance, right? You know, at the end of the day, when an athletic event is done, people sit back, rewatch, and criticize all they please, right? That's why, at the end of the day, criticized or non-criticized, victory is what we want on the plate.
Right.
We want the knockout because the knockout is a road to victory. Now, if Shawn Porter presents a challenge to where now I realize the knockout's not as easy to attain, it's no longer easily attainable. Yes, you know, the fans would like to see it, but there's another route to victory, and if you want to win this night, you need to take that route. I'll be taking that route. We take whichever route that we need to take to be victorious at the end of the show. We just strongly feel that there will be plenty of damage dealt in this fight.
Do you feel like you get the credit that you deserve just having, I mean, like I said, we talked earlier and I mentioned when you first came on the scene, people thought you were a one-trick pony, just a knockout puncher, and you switched it up, you showed them that you can box a little bit, you showed them that you got ring smarts in there, and yet, you know, that didn't seem to please critics either. So it's almost like a can't-win situation for you. Is that frustrating, or you don't really care about that?
They don't sign my paychecks, so I don't really care, man. You know, we're developing, and I've said that before. You know, where I'm always evolving. I'm always adding at least one new technique into each training camp, trying to make myself a sharper fighter. You know, my power is something that you have to deal with. My ring intelligence is something that you have to deal with. My ring movement is something that you have to deal with, you know? As a power puncher, because I've made the statement many times that I love numbers in boxing. I love the math in boxing. As a power puncher, I can hit you with 5 power punches.
Okay.
Each and every round, and 10 rounds, that's 50 power punches that you've suffered.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Right.
Coming from a real puncher, it's going to have its effect. And, you know, I think about that from time to time, you know, that if I could have it my way, on a minimum, I need to land 5 crucial punches. You know, you get hit 5 punches, 3 rounds, that's 15 punches that might make you start thinking about how to approach this fight. You know, it's one thing to get hit. It's one thing to get caught while coming in. If you keep getting caught while coming in, you might start thinking, maybe I shouldn't come in like that no more. But while getting hit, if you're getting hit hard, it might make you worry about your approach. You start second guessing yourself, especially if it's not just a power punch, but a powerful counter punch. A counter punch already says you tried this, but you got hit with that.
Right.
And then if it's devastating, I always say it plants a seed in the back of the fighter's mind, unless if they have a true heart of a warrior, which never backs up.
Right.
You cannot implant fear into the true heart of a warrior. But anybody else is a regular man, and within a man, you can easily plant fear.
Right.
And just the way I box. Another thing is, if I hit you, bam, you walk through it, you all in my face. That's cool. You showing me you're tough. But at that moment, I know and you know what you got hit with. It wasn't a pillow. It was a brick. You know, you get hit with enough bricks, you're gonna get hurt.
Is that kind of the reason why you have? I mean, I know you're always confident going into a fight, but having sparred Shawn already and kind of knowing what you're dealing with and what you can do against him, does that help make you even more confident?
It's hard to not say it's only a matter of time. You know, we sparred 3 years ago with 20-ounce gloves. We're gonna have 8. I work with 18s now, and we're gonna have 8 ounces on the day of the fight. So, you know, I was able to cut Luis Collazo. They said it was from a headbutt, but they had no instant replay because it was due to a left hook. Okay, so we saw Shawn Porter get cut up against Kell Brook. You know, that's something that may come into effect in this fight again. If I'm landing punches, not getting them out of there, but landing heavy shots, you know, it can have a wear and tear. It might reopen a flesh wound, and you know, it's gonna be hard to deal with.